Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, and today we'll be starting a new run on Satisfactory. We'll be playing on update 7. It will be going on an experimental settings, so there might be some update 8 stuff in there mixed in, so that will be fun thing to do. Hopefully we won't be experiencing any crashes. We'll be starting in the Northern Forest, and we'll call this the Cloud9 run. Now, as for my naming conventions for the runs, is that all the, I would say proper runs I have been doing will be numbered, so we're on number 9 run. And as for the Northern Forest, I have done a couple of runs on the Northern Forest, kind of like a test runs, but the Northern Forest is not something that I'm quite familiar with. I do know there's a nice valley right where we're heading, so we'll go over there and let's see what we can find over there. And while we're heading to our starting location, we'll be picking up a lot of plants, a lot of flowers on our way, because we're going to be using that to fuel our biofuel generators. Now, okay, we got our valley over here. I need to fumble a bit because it's been ages since I played the game. So finding out how to equip items, that's completely lost to me. And now we have our weapon, because we're heading down, and there's going to be a hawk over there. So now we just need to find a good place to go down. And I will be finding our ramp down over here. And pick up all the flowers, all the plants on the way down. And here we are. Okay, so let's take down the hog we have over here. And ouch. And down it goes. Not so difficult. I don't know if the hogs are this easy, or they used to be this easy. It's been a while since I've played the game. And over here we'll be starting with the first iron deposit or iron node. Take down the middle rock over there, and then start building the miner. Now, I don't know if you really... and there's the other hog protecting this iron node. And I'm taking a little bit of damage here. I don't know if you need to take down the node on the center, or take down the big rock on the center. In a couple of runs where I've been able to build the miner, I tend to take down the middle rock these days as soon as I can. So we put in the miner, the smelter, and the constructor over there. And then I remember that we need to put in a hub as well, so we can actually get some power and do the milestones and all that neat stuff. And I can never really remember which way the hub goes, and this is the wrong way around. I want the generators to be on the other side, so it should be this way. So now the generators are on the pond side. And we connect the power. To the systems over here. And one thing I try to avoid is having things clip it doesn't really matter this at this point, honestly, but I still prefer that things like the power wires and different things that they don't clip. I want to keep the conveyor belts free. And it would be a good idea to actually make sure that these things are producing the right products. So I completely forgot. I really should pay more attention to this and make sure that everything is producing the right product when I set up these factory buildings. And we're also picking up a lot of the flowers over here and all that other leaves and stuff like that, because we're gonna be using those flowers to power up our power grid. Yeah, I really like to use flower power in this game, and especially now especially when we are in the northern forest, there's a lot of flowers in this valley. So once we're done, this flowery valley will be known as the Barren Valley. We're gonna be filling this whole place up with concrete, honestly. So I mean, I kind of like that aspect on this game, that you're an eco-terrorist, really. You know, I want to take. I also want to take down all the. Well, clear out the building area so that we don't. Even despite the fact that we will be going back, we'll be taking down pretty much everything over here, because we want to fill this with concrete. So, well, concrete foundations. Yeah, there's some plants or some grass growing through the conveyor belt. I don't really like that, but oh well. Like I said, everything over here is gonna be taken down in the end. And we just got attacked by one of the creepiest creatures in this game. I really do not like those spidery things. I'm actually quite afraid. I'm afraid of spiders, so these things creep me out quite a bit. Yeah, causing a little bit of a panic every now and then when they attack me, and especially when there's a group of them attacking me. Now I just want to build up the power pylons over here and set everything up so that we can start producing some iron rods over here. Now below on the other node we'll be making, and we have our first broken fuse. Down on the bottom one we'll be making iron plates. Up over there we'll be doing iron rods. Two of the common ingredients we're gonna be needing in the game. And over here we need to change the pylons. This is something that we probably should have done in the beginning. Make sure that everything is connected and we have those two power generators properly connected. And I want to bring the power line over here as well, because we're gonna be needing some wire and some cable pretty soon. Now, one thing I noticed when editing this thing is that I really should have built a little bit more consistently these things, so it would have made a little bit more cohesive start. Well, for people to start and for people to watch this thing, and for myself as well, it would be easier to follow this my building process. But it's a little bit organic. completely forgot that I need some wire. I'm out of wires, I'm out of cables and all that. What I used to do, or what I wanted to do was, well, I don't want to build things by hand. That's what I wanted to do, but as it turns out, you're gonna need some rotors when we get to the advanced building, and you can't build certain things without certain things, and you can find those things in the crash sites, but I don't want to spend time looking at tutorials or looking at interactive maps of where I can find something just so I can progress in the game. I'd rather just go forward. And we're on the other side of the pond now, where we are working on the limestone, so we can make some concrete. So we have the mine already set up, and then we're going to be building the constructor, which will be enough to make concrete, and the fuse broke again. So we need to expand our power production. So we need to build, I want to build the biofuel generators over here, on the right next to the hub. Put in some flower power and hit the breaker. And up goes the power production. I really do like the biofuel generators, as we're not wasting any power. I mean, if we're not using all of the power, we're not burning all the fuel, or the maximum amount of fuel. So we'll be saving a lot of fuel by just not running them at full power, and they just, well, the biofuel generators, they scale the power production to match what you actually need and use. So that's the wire production done over there. And now let's move the what was this? This was the rod production. Let's move the rods to a storage unit. Now, right there, we're building our storage units for now. I want to keep all the storage units close by, and I was not happy how that conveyor belt was going through that constructor, so a good point to change that. And I completely forgot to make sure that this thing is producing concrete over here. It's something that I kept forgetting this thing when I was making this. So while all that is being done, while we're getting all that stuff, and we have another iron node here, pure iron node, but we are gonna need some nobelisks to free that one. And another iron node over here. Lovely. And let's have a look at the area around what we've done. And take a look at the surrounding area. There is that annoying alien sound, which really bugs me. I have not located where that sound is coming from. And yep, there comes another spider. I hate these buggers. I really do. Not really that hard to kill, but I really hate those things. Okay, and we're working on logistics. So logistics would allow us to make splitters and mergers, which is pretty important if we want to do cables. Just one copper node, and screws with the if you want to do screws with the rods that we're creating. Now, like I said, I really would like to cut off this whole section where I just build stuff by hand, but yeah, since I have to do something anyway with the tool workbench, or this is just a workbench anyway. Since we have to do something by hand anyway to progress in the game, I'll just freely use the workbench, because why not? It does free up some time to actually play the game. And on the other side of the valley, we have a couple of pure iron nodes and a hook protecting them. Yep. Okay, now I'm getting the hang of dealing with the hogs here. Like I said, it's been ages since I've played the game, so. And the logistics finally finished. Yeah, there's a lot of parts here that I've cut off where I just go around the area picking up flowers and all that. And over here it's fun time to do something with the because I haven't really used the I've only been using flower power over here. So let's start making some biomass. Eventually we'll turn this into solid biofuel, but we don't have the tech yet. So it's going to be a while before we can actually do this. And over there we're now doing wire, but we're not making cables yet. Which is something I should have done that. I should have started doing cables earlier, a lot earlier, because I keep running out of cables. And now we have the storage bin where we can put in the leaves and start turning those into biomass. Yeah, so we can automate the process a little bit. And over here, let's start doing obstacle clearing, which will allow us to have solid biofuel, and we can also get the chainsaw, which will help us out in clearing. Well, it's gonna make clearing out the valley a lot easier and a little less tedious. Not that I don't mind ripping out the flowers by hand from the ground. Okay, so now we're finally going over here to make some to split. Yeah, we're gonna be splitting up the conveyor belt over here and making the cable production, or splitting the conveyor belt so that we can have another constructor over there which will turn a part of the wire into cables. And there we go. Then we just need the constructor, and we are out of cables. Like I said, we really should have started making cables a lot sooner. Well, anyway, we can do them by hand, and then we can finally automate the cable production. And now we're making cables. Except I kind of forgot to add in the power line. If I remember correctly, I forgot to add the power line there, so we actually didn't start making cables there. And over here, we're starting to make screws. So we just need to split up the iron rod production. Well, the conveyor belt coming from the iron rod constructor. Split that so that some of those iron rods will go into screw production. Yeah, I finally decided that, you know, you cannot... I probably could have placed that over there, but it wasn't not gonna... It didn't fit very well, so I'll just take down the conveyor belt in its entirety and rebuild it. Just make sure it goes directly into the splitter, and from there to the storage unit for the and from the other end of the splitter to the constructor that's going to be making the screws. And there we go. Now we're making screws. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that wraps it up for today. I wish you a fine day, and I hope to see you next time as well. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.